Fate has a funny way of turning you to its desired destination. All my life I've tried to escape this life of gods and kings, and now I find myself among them. A simple life is all I wish to have with you, my dear Diane. But the more I turn away from this supposed fate, the more it keeps turning me back to it, like a cloth being wrung out over and over. Now I am left with a son who will know not a father but a lord. Everything that I have worked for has been stripped away from me. If it's a blessing in disguise, then it is a master jester. I pray the Creator purge my indifference towards this new life. The people dislike me. They've disliked me ever since the incident. Even now they talk like Richard's death was something I wished for. The murderer playing the role of bastard king, they say. My dear Marth, you are all I have left now. I would give anything for you not to live in the shadow of your father's decisions. I gifted you life, but can the upbringing you receive truly be called that? I have hid my entire life. Please, tell me that you grow to have a different solution, my child.
My name is Keen Decker, and I'm here to invite you to an evening not like most others. An evening where 4 streamers are pitted up against one another in hopes for fame and fortune. Will one streamer rise to the top and unlock fortunes like no other? Or will they all fall victim to the horrors of Marth's Dungeon?
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another episode of Marth's Dungeon. So we last left off with our party here, traveling to Hellspring for a quick in-and-out mission to receive something that the Radiant Knight had left for them. And through the forest, they ended up finding a couple of surprises, a couple of laughs along the way, and they arrived at their destination, which was Marth's old house that he used to live in as a child. After finding a declaration of war and a music box from his childhood, Alice ended up walking over to the window and bashing it in, causing the attention of somebody to come to the window. And we last left off with Look Down seeing the figure in the window and instantly becoming enraged, growing claws and foaming at the mouth as he started walking towards him. And so we have the very interesting option here as to who do we start off with. And I think I'm going to give the option to Pivot. What would you like to do?
Oh, fuck you. Okay.
Here.
So what all do I hear?
So from what you've heard, you did hear definitely. I mean, it was right in the room next door. So you did hear glass shatter, and then you saw Look Down get up to go investigate it.
Anything further than that, or just?
Nope. Nope, not really anything other than that. Actually, roll an observation check for anything further.
Okay. Let's see. That was an 18.
Yeah, so you do hear some heavy breathing. As well as a little bit of like a growl, like a low guttural.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
hearing the kind of like heavy breathing, Pivot's gonna get up, and the second he hears the growl, he's gonna kind of like quickly jog over the door. I
Perfect.
just kind of look in, just like, what's going on?
You jog over to the door. Are you kind of just are you in a hurry? Like, are you kind of
He's being pretty quick about it.
Okay. Perfect. So you open up the door and look inside, and you do see Look Down slowly walking towards this broken window, and there is a man outside of it.
Who the hell are you?
And he doesn't necessarily notice you saying this right away, as he kind of is just like slowly backing up, seeing somebody very intimidatingly walking towards him. And Look Down, roll a flat 20 for me.
13.
Okay. Look Down, you just peer over your shoulder to look at Pivot and roll a will saving throw for me.
That's a 2, good buddy.
Oh no.
Look Down. You are going to run up to Pivot and attempt to attack him. Pivot, you see him running up to you with from your observation check previously, you are just like very, very honed in on things. There's a lot of adrenaline kind of pumping through your body. You see on his hands claws, just claws protruding out of his fingers and blood just kind of slowly dripping down them. And he begins running at you.
He's Look down! Just fucking slams the door.
Okay, perfect.
Dragging my claws across the ground.
So you do reach the door, and Pivot, you slam it right as Look Down reaches it. And
I'm clawing the shit out of this door.
And Marth is going to kind of finally kind of snap to and look past Alice and go, "What the hell is going on there?" And he kind of just like pushes past you, Alice, and runs over to the door here to see Look Down clawing at it. And Look Down and Pivot, just for time passing sake, both roll for initiation.
Oh, wonderful.
I'm sure everything will be fine.
Nothing can go wrong.
No. That's a 16?
I got an 8.
At least you're staying on brand.
Yeah.
16.
Only someone hadn't broken that window.
And I wonder who did
Right?
that one.
Weird.
I wonder who did that.
Pivot, you said
It's
8?
a very strong gust of wind.
I mean, Thames isn't here to defend himself, so I think...
Man was hammering a little too hard, you know?
Hammered so hard from the castle that he broke the window in Hellspring.
I think that's what happened.
Seems logical, seems logical.
Look Down, you are honed in on this door currently.
Okay.
And go ahead and take your turn.
I attacked the door.
Okay, perfect. Give me no, not even a hit. It's right in front of you. Just give me the damage.
Okay. Hang on, I have to read things. Hang on. Oh man. All right. Oh shit. I don't know if I have it. Oh, there it is. Nope. I don't know where my D8 is.
Do you need me to roll a d8 for you?
Nope, I have to open my Percy bag, that's all.
I think you say my purse. I just have to open
No,
my purse.
Percy bag. Percy. Percival. Hope that wasn't the D8 I just tossed. It was. Nope. 4 on the first attack and 3 on the second.
Okay, perfect.
I'm guessing my strength modifier?
Yes. You're I think you gain +2 with the levels for the attacks,
boy.
right?
Hey, hang on. There's a lot of things that I gain with this one.
Yep. Go ahead and just take a second to read it and then give me the overall damage.
So if it's plus strength, then it is plus 6 total.
Perfect. You begin clawing at this. Sorry.
Is it?
Oh yeah, this is great. This is some real stuff right here. Home renovations. Except the look down style. You begin clawing at this door, and it is relatively paper thin. You start just taking big chunks out of the wood until you cleave a pretty clear hole out of it, and then you kick it, and it comes down completely.
Had to be pivot.
What did I do?
You know what you did.
And Alice, what would you like to do during this time? Would you like to do anything?
Peek. Try to peek over my shoulder.
Okay, you kind of Marth is kind of like at the edge of the doorway right now, trying to figure out what the fuck is going on. And you kind of peek around and see everything that I described. A very manic look down, just tearing through a door and pushing it over.
I'm gonna just stand there.
Okay.
Not yet.
And it is Pivot's turn.
Wonderful. I am so glad. So, fearing significantly for his life, he is going to run into the dining room up through the upper door and slam that door.
I am so here for this horror movie.
And seeing you start to run away, Marth is going to say, "Look down, what the hell are you doing?" And he is going to attempt to run up to you and grab you. I'm going to give him a dex check against your agility saving throw. Roll me that. Okay, that's not bad.
I'm pretty sure he does it.
Okay, good. He got a 17, so
I rolled a 4.
he grabs onto you, and he's going to attempt to restrain you. So if you wish to break free from it on your next turn, you will just roll strength at his strength as well.
Gotcha.
And he kind of just like bear hugs you and says, What the hell is wrong with you, Look Down? What are you doing?" And yeah, he hears
from the other
and he is going to end his turn. He's kind of like, he's like bear hugging you, like I said, but now he's kind of leaning his head backwards and just looking at you like, And it is the man at the window. I almost said the mirror. He is going to.
In the mirror.
He is going to run, and you hear shouting in the distance, and that is going to be his turn. Back to top of the order. Go ahead and look down.
I'm gonna swing at Marth.
You're gonna have to break free. Just remember. Yep.
Okay, then I will. I didn't know if I could attack while being grappled, but then yes, I will. That's a natural 20.
Oh no. Yep. You break free.
Is that count as an action, or do I get my both attacks?
That just counts as a bonus action. So yeah, you can get your attacks in.
I'm gonna swing, but first let's roll a d6 to see if I use the fang or not. I do not. I have decided fangs are gonna be evens. That is Oh boy. 14 to hit.
Let's see. Yeah, that definitely hits. I know he doesn't have an AC higher than that.
And my second attack is a 2. Okay, so I hit with the first one. Oh, right. So you have to roll a con save and also take.
How much we got?
I did too. 8 damage. Sorry, 9 damage.
9 damage. And a con save.
Yes.
17.
I'm pretty sure that makes it.
I think it was like I sent it to you.
11.
Okay,
Yep,
cool.
11 or higher. So yep, you're good.
And he just kind of like looks you in the eye, and your eyes are kind of darting all over the place. Look down, not really looking at anything in particular, just like seeing things that are moving, seeing things that catch your attention, and it just so happens to be Marth that's directly in front of you. And Marth says, "What's going on? Look down! Snap out of it!" And is that your turn there? I'm
That's
assuming.
my turn.
Okay, perfect. Pivot. What would you like to do with your turn?
Scream and cry. I don't know.
I mean, yeah, you could definitely stream if you want.
Okay. Well, let's see.
So this will give me time to open up a. Hey.
Hey, hey.
Die.
No.
Hey, hey. It's like the Lego man.
So-
Hey.
Hearing the sounds of struggle in the other room, as well as the not immediate pursuit to attempt to rip his throat out, Vin's going to load his wrist crossbow first, and then peek his door open.
All right.
See what the hell's going on?
Load the crossbow and open up the door. And you just kind of peek it open, or are you kind of swinging it so you can see everything, I'm assuming?
He's
Everything
kind of
that you need
peeking
to.
and sticking his head out.
So you kind of, you open up the door and slowly peek out with it. And, yeah, you see that Look Down is currently focused on something that is just out of view.
Damn it. Okay. Look down, what the hell's going on? Oh god. Does yelling at him seem to draw his attention?
It seems like yes. So basically, anything that is really just being like said at him or like noise, because he's just looking all over the place. Like loud noises definitely caught his attention.
Oh boy.
I opened up Max's character sheet. I don't need Max.
Max appears out of nowhere.
Max, please, I need your help. Okay.
Oh,
My
man.
birds, are they they're in action to cast?
Your birds, yes.
I would just like to point out that I accidentally cheated. That will save was a 0.
Oh.
Oh, with the modifiers.
Yeah.
So I already used my action to load the crossbow, so for the moment that's where Pavid's just kinda in there. It's like what the hell, Look Down.
Perfect.
That's where he is.
Alice, you gonna keep watching? I'm assuming. Yes. No. Would you like to do
there's that
anything? I'll give you an
music
option.
box over there in the corner, right?
Yep.
Can I go grab the music box?
Yeah, for sure. Run over to the music box and grab it.
And then I'm gonna. Can I come back to the door?
Yes. Toggle this together so you move with it. You come over to the door. The music box is now your eye.
Thank you. Oh my god, eye patch. Eye patch.
Yeah.
Music eye patch box.
Can't see
Essentially, I want
to.
to try to go for a sneak attack and just hit him over the head.
Oh, okay.
Music box.
So let's see.
Music box.
What's your normal movement?
30.
30, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. So I will make it so you're able to actually run up behind him, but that's going to be the entire turn, because that's what you have for a dash. Is that what you wish to do? Or do you want to wait it out? Get really close to him, or get really close to him next turn and bonk him.
I want to get really close next turn and bonk.
Okay, yeah.
I will wait.
I'm not seeing them.
There's trouble.
And go ahead and roll to be in the initiation for me, Alice. Let's see where you are.
14.
14. Right after look down. Okay.
Still going first, baby. Let's go.
Let's see. So it goes the. Oh, I didn't roll for Marth. Let me roll for Marth. So he just took his action. He rolls a 1. Okay, that's good to know. Can't wait for him to go last.
At least he gets to watch me get murdered first.
Well, pivot did go, so I will have Marth take his turn now, because that's where it would sit in the order, and then it'll go back to top. Okay.
Give me the kill. Don't worry, it'll be Marth first.
That's not comforting.
Gives you plenty of time to get the fuck out of the house.
Marth is going to. Oh, man. Marth is going to drop his weapon to the ground, slowly put it to the ground. And he is going to try to meet your eyes and say, "Look down. I don't know what's going on, but you need to come to. Nothing is wrong. We're all here for you. Please, look down. I don't want to have to hurt you. See? I placed my weapon on the ground. Just listen to me." And go ahead and he's going to roll a persuasion. Go ahead and roll a Sigma saving throw for me. What's his normal persuasion? Oh, maybe. There's a maybe.
11.
Oh. Okay. Yeah. You kind of hear just muffled words. It just sounds like gibberish, muffled gibberish in your ears as Martha's trying to talk to you, and your rage does not subside.
Also, it's technically a 10.
Oh.
Yep.
You still pass.
I double checked.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, because it does hit even. It goes to you.
I don't think he's in much of a talking mood, Moth.
Shit. And as it goes to top of the order, yeah. Okay, so what happens here? You see this man appear in the hallway pivot, as well as.
Oh.
The entire god population of Hellspring.
They're all coming. And
British are coming.
and you hear this man whisper pivot for the guards to proceed, and he moves out of the way. And this one is going to run up 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. And he is going to attempt to grab you, Look Down. Give me a agility saving throw. Oh, boy.
22.
My man's not doing so well in the touchy-feely department today. He rolls a 6. So he goes to grab you, and you immediately swing off his arm and kind of just like look back to him. And your attention is fixated on him now.
Good.
5, 10, 15.
I didn't want to have to do what I was going to do to you next turn.
This guard sees a door open over here and says, "Hey, you! Who goes there?" Do you reply, Pivot?
Hell no.
And seeing that you did not reply, he's going to run over to the door and say, Who are you?"
The most special kind of maid, Juicy. Also, I'm trying not to get murdered by that guy over there right now. And he just kind of points at Lookdown.
Understood. Stay right there. And this one is going to 5, 10, 15, 20. And he is just going to simply stare at you. And it is top of the order. Look down. Go for it.
Everything is red! I attacked the thing in front of me!
Go ahead and roll to see if you hit.
My God.
That is an even, so I'm attacking with the first attack with the Ice Dragon Fang. That is a 14 to hit.
Yes, you hit. Go ahead and roll for
Cool.
damage.
Give me a DC 8 con save.
Oh boy. Okay, nice. His con's not bad. Oh, okay, he just passes.
I do 5 damage.
5 damage to him.
15.
Yes.
That's a natural 20.
Okay.
With the second attack, also give me a con save on that one as well, DC 11.
Come on, baby. Just give me above that. Okay, he passes it with a 10.
Straight through the guard captain, like what the fuck?
How much damage on the second attack, and what type of damage is it for the second?
It should be slashing.
Okay, so it's like Okay, so it does that.
It doesn't say, but I'm assuming claws do slashing.
Yeah, it's a dex. Okay, and how much was it?
Hang on, I'm still doing the math on that one. That is 14 damage, and since it's a natural 20, can I push myself off, like swing down with the fang, and then as I come back up, I reach my left hand out and grab him by the face and shove him into the other side.
You want to grab him by the face, and what do you want to do?
Shove him into the wall on the opposite side of the hallway.
Opposite side of the hallway. I say
Yes.
hell yeah.
I only asked because it's a nat 20, and I was only going to ask if it was a nat 20.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. I'm here for the RP. Trust me. Yeah, you grab this man's face. You don't really get through his armor, but it just goes like right on the outside rim of his helmet. Super super close to his eye. And how much was the second damage? Sorry, give me one more time. It was
14.
14 damage. All right.
Just imagine if this was pre-nerf.
And oh yeah, I gotta roll for all these other guys now that they're in combat. Okay.
They made a mistake coming here. See, everything's okay. I can murder the bad guys.
Yeah, just take care of the bad guy. Everybody else back off right now.
Everyone hide. Everyone else hide.
All right.
Sadly, Pavid succeeded his will checks.
It is Soldier's turn here, up in the corner. He has nowhere to go as the entire hallway got crowded.
Oh man, I just imagine as I shove that guy's face into it, I look to the left and just like look past this old guy and look right at the other soldier.
My drive. Let's see. I need.
I'm too hyper focused for that cool of a moment.
I need the soldier. Where's my soldier boy? What
Crank
does
this
he
soldier
have?
boy.
Soldier boy.
That's exactly how that song goes.
That's not helpful, is it? Okay. The soldier, instead of asking you to move out of the way, Pivot, he is going to swing his sword at the door to try to snap it off of its hinges. So
What the hell?
he ain't got
Why would
no
you do that?
time. So let's see. D6 plus 4. Where's the Z6 at? Okay. He manages to do so. He takes a massive cleave right into the door, and instead of like actually knocking off its hinges entirely, it bends the wood and like pushes it back into the wall. So it's just kind of like snapped in half, barely connected. And he is going to run up to his general and say, Sir, are you okay? Yeah. He's like kind of muffled. He's and it is Alice's turn.
Things have taken a turn. I think I'm just gonna move closer to the door, to the other door.
This door right here.
Yes.
'Kay.
Just gonna slide past Marth. Just go right there.
All right, perfect. Do you want to attack or anything, or you want to just hold your?
No, I'm just gonna see where this goes now.
Okay, perfect. It's just kind of like walk past.
I'm just gonna stand 5 feet behind the monster where there's no door in between us.
Menacingly holding the music box above your head.
Yeah, just.
I'm just there. I'm just seeing where this is going. You know, he's not attacking me. He's attacking the people who are guards. So I'm just chilling. I'm just waiting.
I guess it does make sense why he would attack Marth or Pivid, so you know, maybe you're in the clear.
Yeah, you might be okay. It is the general's turn. You currently have your hand on his head, but he does have movement, like free movement of his body itself. He is going to. Oh shoot! Let me open up his character sheet here. I don't know if he's actually going to be able to do anything. This might be a little bit unfortunate, honestly. You know what? Fuck it. I'm actually kind of here for it. Oh, that's pretty dope. Okay. So he is going to, from behind his back, reach and grab something with one hand, look down, and bring it out. And what it is a kind of serrated spinning top. And he is going to attempt to slash you with the side of it with his one arm here. So he's going to roll for a hit. That's a 9, unfortunate. He kind of goes to swing, but he only catches the fabric that is kind of just like flopping off of your body. So he doesn't actually connect. Is And he's actually, let's see, so he attacked. I'm going to have him attempt to try to remove your arm. Look down, so go ahead and roll a strength check for me. Oh, wait, that's a fucking D10.
Nope.
Oh, I put it away.
That's a 7.
He rolled a 19. Okay. So he just takes your arm and kind of like does barely manage to just like twist it back, and then you both kind of swing your arms in a circular motion, and your arm kind of falls off to the side, and he is free for the time being. Pivot, it is your turn.
Yay.
Help me, Pivot.
What am I supposed to fucking do?
Pivot.
Help me, Pivot.
I can blind you. Is that gonna help?
Look, I'm just saying, I'm your experiment. You know what to do.
I don't know.
You were normally chained up for this.
Yeah, this is completely abnormal.
You have freedom right now.
So his door now being completely destroyed, David is going to step back into the dining room.
How far would you like to
Smart.
step back?
Just 5 feet.
Okay.
And then go all the way down. And peek out the other door.
We really like doors. We really like doors.
It is a marginal barrier that I can control between me and the raging lunatic, okay?
This is like the perfect room setup, though. This is the perfect room is set up to escape a fucking killer. So
This is the most Scooby-Doo ass shit I've ever seen.
And seeing as the guards are here and attempting to deal with it, David's just gonna hold off for now.
all right, it goes to the old man's turn, and the old man is going to kind of look around the room and not see Marth here, and say,
Aprecio, what is going on here? Who is this ravage beast inside of my home?
and look down, roll an observation check really quickly. Rolled a 10. You never mind. Just keep going.
Do you want to do it with disadvantage?
No,
Rage?
No,
Okay.
you're good. Just a normal one. And yeah, you don't really recognize any. You don't. Nothing happens.
Okay.
The old man is going to open up his character sheet here. Let's see. Where are you, my boy?
Never have I ever wanted to have like an AoE attack of any kind.
Yeah, right.
Hey, I've got plenty.
Yeah,
Y'all are
And do I-
bunched up right now if I wanted to.
When do I get cleave?
Hey, oh, that'd be sick.
it's unlocked with friendship level. Get yourself some bitches. The old man is going to take out a sling and attempt to sling something at you. Look down. Let's see. Is there any skills that I need to add into consideration here? Okay, yeah, +1. Okay. He rolls a 15.
He hits.
And out of the sling appears and flies at you a dart. And the dart, you're wearing armor, right?
Yes.
Okay. So take 3 off of you. Oh, sorry. No, I gotta roll the d6 first. Take 1 off of your armor and 1 HP damage. It's piercing.
1 off my armor, 1 off of...
HP. And he is going to end his turn. Marth, seeing just the chaos congregating inside this small hallway, and just an out of control just mob of people, like friends and foes, mauling into each other. He is going to, oh boy. He is going to take out the Book of Nocturna and cast a sleeping spell in a 30-foot radius. Everything in the 30-foot radius must make a con saving throw of 14 or higher or be put to sleep for 3 turns. So he is going to put it... Let's see.
Do I get to roll with advantage because I'm pumping with adrenaline and anger?
Unfortunately, no.
Damn it!
Magic, bitch.
Let me have fun. Jeez.
No.
I failed it.
Oh, fuck. It doesn't actually matter where he puts it. He's going to put it right in the middle. Everybody's going to have to roll for it.
I failed it as well.
You failed it. Looked on, what did you get?
I failed it.
Okay. Alice, roll me a con saving throw.
20.
It does not put you to sleep. Let me do all these other boys.
I'm awake with the music box.
You start to fade off, and then slowly a note plays from the music box and brings you back to reality.
Snap back to reality.
The old man passes it. The soldier does not, and the general. What was it? It was 14. The general passes it as well.
So you fucked me.
And so sleep, and sleep. And as Lookdown just begins slowly but surely just staggering back and forth, and then he goes to kind of swing, but there's nothing really close enough for him to hit. And his eyes just roll in the back of his head as he collapses to the ground. And instead of kind of jumping on top of you, everybody kind of just breathes out and backs away as if not to wake you. And this soldier falls asleep as well. Pivid, you fall asleep. Yeah. You fall asleep holding onto the doorknob, and you fall backwards and close the door behind you.
You read my fucking mind. How do you do that shit?
And that is going to end combat.
It's literally my first thought when I was falling asleep. He's gonna fall backward and pull the door shut.
And as everything just calms down, this general, after taking a major ass beating, is going to kind of on alert still, but in pain, lean up against the wall and say, "What the hell? I did not expect this when I came for a welcoming party." And this old man over here will say,
What kind of company does this prince keep to himself?
and Alice, what would you like to do?
Huh. I'm gonna look at Marth. I'm gonna say, Marth, I think you should talk to the old man that's around this right here. Cause I was gonna knock out Lookdown with this music box, but then all that commotion came in. And then Alice is gonna hand Marth the music box.
Perfect. You hand the music box to him. And, oh, I gotta untoggle these. And he doesn't really seem to be much of in the responsive mood to you right now for some weird reason.
I wonder why.
He kind of just like nods a little bit and walks past you and like walks over, look down, and is going to take his feet and just kind of fold them and bring him off to the side so he's laying down right in front of the doorway. And as he looks up, he sees first the general, and he sees like the mechalite guard on the ground, and he recognizes the armor immediately. Kind of gets on guard, and then sees the final person in the room, the old man, and says, "Father?" And this man is going to walk forward and say,
Oh, no. Sorry. Probably not the best form to be here in.
And he hears the voice and says, "Who the hell are you? And what exactly is the... Why are you dressed as my father? I want answers now."
Well, you see,
And he drops form kind of quickly, and as he does, you can see just like muddy features on his face, and he makes it clear to everybody in the room that he is a doppelum. And he approaches Marth and says,
forgive me for my impudence, my prince, but us doppelums like to take the form of certain people that catch our attention, we respect, and for me, it was your father, so I do apologize. I thought maybe you would realize that he would be dead now.
And Marth just kind of cuts him off and says, "Enough shit. Tell me what's going on."
Well, I suppose if you really want to talk, we should probably do so in a different environment. The company that you keep, my prince, seems rough.
Yeah. And Alex, you're kind of in the doorway. This general, I'm going to have him roll an observation check really quickly. Rolls a 19. Hey, you. Speaks to you, Alice.
First of all, I don't know who you're saying, "Hey, you two," like that. You don't even know me. Second of all, there is no second of all.
Yeah.
Why is Look Down like this? Who did this to Look Down?
I was hoping that maybe you could tell me that. And yes, I don't suppose I know you. What was it that you said your name was? Spruce? Some kind of tree.
Oh, it's that guard.
Yeah, it's the man that you met.
Oh, it's that guard. The voice clicked. It just clicked right now. Like, yeah, that's...
You told me that you were not affiliated with this prince. Am I mistaken? And he turns to Marth.
This prince. You didn't say which prince. You just said a group. And actually, did you even say prince? You just said you were expecting visitors.
Yes, well, it's clear to me now that you were trying to dupe me. And for all intents and purposes, it did succeed. But fool me once. Shame on me. Fool me twice. Still shame on me, but you're not going to get me a third time. Wait, this is the second time. Yeah, listen here.
Yeah, this is the second time. He's a general, but he doesn't know how to count?
He's good at fighting.
I'm like looking down at Look Down, like, can you believe you're asleep? Never mind.
Well, I mean, he is a general, not a count, so...
And,
Okay.
Shut the fuck up. I hate you. What is wrong with you?
Alright.
That was
That
good.
was a pretty good one.
That was really good.
Thank you, Varathia. Thank you.
Oh my god.
And the old man says,
I think if we wish to have a civil conversation, we need to separate The ones that were creating trouble.
And he looks to look down and says,
Detain this one. I don't want him in my sight.
yes, and I think I'll take you with me. And he looks at Alice.
No.
And, Marth looks at the general and says, I think that's a good idea. Get her out of my sight.
Whoa. Okay. I remember this. All right.
Don't worry.
Don't touch me. I'll remember this though. Don't touch me. I will walk.
Perfect. You follow the general out. And the general calls to a couple of guards to come grab you, Look Down, and take you away. And they do so. They drag you out.
I was about to say he forgot look down. Can't believe this. Can't count and he forgot look down.
No, one of
I
them
am
could run
pretty
away from
forgettable.
him. What is this? What the hell am I even looking at? A doorknob? You broke the door right on. You broke the doorknob right off, Look Down. Holy shit. Just that strong. And Marth says, where would you like to... Can you please take that face off? It's really bothering me.
But no. That is not necessary. This is just the facial features of a man I admire. I would prefer if I keep the face on. My name is Kai Arthur. I am the resort owner.
Well, it's nice to meet you. Yeah, let's go talk somewhere else. And they start to walk away. And you know what? I'm gonna have Marth I'm gonna have both of them just do an observation check really quickly. Okay, yeah, Marth definitely notices. Never mind. The other one doesn't. As they're both walking down the hallway here, they hear pretty heavy snoring coming from the other side of the door.
Wow.
And it kind of rings something in Marth's head, and he's like, oh. And he drops the spell. And both you and the guard wake up, Pivot.
And look down.
No, you're already out. You're already gone out of the range of the spell. He has to be in range of the person to actually drop the spell.
Gotcha.
Oh. What the?
And this guard kind of wakes up and he says, huh, General Don! General Don! Where did he go?
Don't worry, my boy. Your general is safe. He needs your help over at the entrance.
And he clicks his heels together. Sir, yes, sir. And he goes to move in between both of them, but both kind of just in the way. And so he just awkwardly squeezes through with his armor and then pushes out the door. Pivot, are you awake?
Yeah, working on it. 1 second. It'll kind of shuffle up and open the door.
Oh, good. You're not hurt, are you?
Just rattled. Wasn't expecting that.
I was occupied at the time. Do you know what happened?
I heard the window shatter and looked down and got up immediately to investigate. I don't know what happened, but when I entered the room, looked down just looked like that. The second I said something, he assaulted me.
Huh. Yeah, I don't know what could have set him off, but I'm happy it's over now.
That man, he just kind of points to the old man through the window. I don't know if that...
Maybe. I don't... Maybe seeing you, do you know Look Down from somewhere?
No, I never seen that ravaged beast in my life. I would never put myself in the same room as something so horrid.
Maybe. Whatever.
Either way, Fel Goblin, you seem rather civilized. In Prince, I suppose I can trust you for now. How about you come to the King's Coven? We'll have a discussion there.
Yeah, that sounds good. Perfect. You are all going to head off to the King's Coven. In the meantime, open up the map here, and we are going to go over to the entrance. Save them changes. What a fun little battle, and nobody died. Alright, so let me drag LD.
Ian, I have so many fucking questions.
Good. Let
I
the
have-
hate flow through you.
Ian, you know what they are. You motherfucker. I am so confused.
And we get into the main entrance here, and they kind of manhandle Look Down. Like 3 of them at the same time are kind of grabbing onto him to make sure he does not kind of wake up and maul the shit out of them. And so 3 of them throw Look Down into a cage, and the general himself kind of just guides you to the cage, Alice, and says, "Ladies first."
I'm gonna climb on top of the cage.
You climb on top of the cage, and he says, "This is...
It's crisscross on top of it.
You have to go inside the cage. This is non-negotiable. I can't have my men just staying vigilant and keeping an eye on you. I need their added safety.
What about my safety?
I don't give a rat's ass about your safety at the moment."
Well, I don't give a rat's ass about your soldier safety. I'm not gonna do anything. I'm just gonna sit here. Why would I do that? I care about the bear. I don't know about the horses. The horses are kind of overrated, but I care about the bear.
I will ask one more time. Come down from that cage, or we will be forced to use aggression.
Can I pet the bear one more time? And then I'll walk in the cage.
Go ahead, roll persuasion.
14.
Let's see. Sigma. What is he? Sigma.
Where is he? Where's old Donnie boy? He actually just barely passes. Okay, so he says, "I've had enough of your shit. Get inside the
So
cage."
So sad. I flinch towards one of the guards, and then I go in the cage.
You kind of flinch at the guard, and he's going to attempt to strike you.
Whoa.
I'd rather just see him jump as she walks in the cage. That'd be kind of funny.
You guys are very on. He rolls a 17. What is he wielding? He is wielding
It's full
a
slasher?
great sword.
Holy fuck.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair.
No, I'm already subdued. I think the threat is over, okay?
Yeah, but you could wake up at any time and go on a fucking rampage, okay?
Yeah, but Alice isn't the one that's gotta get hit.
That is 6
Chilling.
strength damage.
Oh my god.
And as he hits you, the general is going to push the man physically onto the ground and say, "I did not give you a command to attack her. Step out of line again and I'll deal with you myself, boy."
Sir, yes, sir.
And
Like bleeding or something. Like what did he hit me with again?
he hits you with a great sword.
Oh my God, he hit
The
sword?
man wielding a great sword.
Wow.
He kind of didn't give a full swing, more of just a reactionary, like, butt with the sword itself, and kind of just smacked you with it.
I'm just gonna rub a little where he hit me and go, oh, naughty boy. And then go in the cage.
And he closes the cage and says, "There we go. That's more like it. Nothing to fear. We can all be civil here." And he looks at you and the guard.
I'm looking at the bear.
And
Priorities.
he kind of like grabs onto the cage and says, "So tell me, I do have a curiosity about me. Why is it that you felt the need to lie to me?"
I'm kind of looking at the bear. You know, like I'm a prisoner here, and I don't have any freedoms right now, and I would like to just stare at the bear. In all honesty, it's just a lot of people, and I saw a bear, and why would I give all my information up? You know, you must be really bad at poker then. I mean, you just handed me everything. You said you were waiting for. You said what you were doing here. You let me pet a bear. You even know what I had. I could have, I don't know, been magic. Talk to the bear. Who's to say?
That is true, my lady. You do speak the truth. I may have made a mistake in trusting. It seemed you to be a genuine person at the time.
Oh, I'm genuine. He's genuinely only on my side.
Yes, I can see that. He kind of like chuckles and backs off. Says, "Well, enjoy your time. I'm sure you'll be released in no time at all, as we have a purpose for you."
That sounds sketchy.
No, nothing odd. Just a
Very odd.
bit of a job.
I mean, I'm a woman in a cage, and you said you had a purpose for me.
Gee, not like that. I have a wife and kids at home. Plus, you're not my type. I like 'em
Oh, I'm not your
robust.
type.
Come on, man.
Oh my God.
Don't tell my wife I said that, though.
You just hear a snort followed by a sheesh. Wow. Alright.
Oh my God.
The all is disappointed.
Losing faith in humanity. Yeah, don't worry,
So
though.
off guard. Oh my God.
It's mechalite kind, right?
Yeah, this is just where those mechalite people are. Disgusting. Rah!
Disgusting. Never mind. I can't think of it. I'm not. Just go ahead.
Go back to sleep.
I'm not taking any
Go back.
chances.
And he's going to look at the cage and say, "Well, enjoy your freedoms for now. You know what? Bring the bear over here. Let it.
Have some water.
Sure, I can go get you some water." And he like goes to take a couple steps out, and then gives an order for this guy to go get some water from town. And he heads
Oh my
off.
God. They don't have water here? That's crazy.
Not
All
at the
these
station
men here.
itself. We've been waiting for, a fair amount of time. It takes quite a lot of time to travel from Mekla to here.
Did he go on foot or did he take one of the horses?
He went on foot. Which, I mean, town from here is pretty close. You didn't go too far to get here. That's kind of why they were sitting at the main entrance.
Okay.
And look down. You begin to wake up, and you kind of do so.
For a little longer.
What's that?
I'm cool with sleeping for a little longer.
Sure, if you want to. I was gonna say you do, like, the spell does wear off now, so it's up to you as to whether you actually want to wake up or not.
So if I'm not still in a manic state, or in that like frothy state, then yes, I would actually like to stay.
You are not.
Okay, then yeah. Just because I can only assume from the having been in that state and coming out of it, especially so suddenly, as like a shock to the body.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. A lot of strain, for sure. Yeah, you kind of you wake up just a little bit, look down, and kind of like know that there's a lot of people around you, just in the fact that there's a lot of talking. So you don't really open up your eyes. You kind of just barely like look out of them through them being closed. See just like a bars around you, and you know that you're not in kind of immediate danger, and close your eyes and go back to sleep.
Actually, if I see the bars, I might.
Yeah, I was gonna say you do kind of just take notice of your surroundings, just in the fact that you woke up and you're not in a manic state. So
Gotcha.
Yeah, what would you like to do? Do you want to stay asleep?
If I gain just enough conscious to see that I am now locked up again, I will frantically get up and just look around. Look for something that I can't find, and then just sit on the ground with my hands over my head, just kind of covering myself with my arms as best I can, and I am only looking down.
That is so sad. And we are going to actually. I'm gonna have the guard kind of return. I need another guard, boy. Give me more guards. It's important that we keep the number of guards here.
More than 20. We need more than 20.
We need guards for days. 1 for the water, 3 for the bears. And he brings a bowl filled with water, and brings it over to the cage. Is there anything else you need?
I could go for something to eat. A little snacky. You guys got little snackies here?
No. I think the only thing you'll be swallowing is that water and the consequences of your actions. And he sits down.
So no snacks?
No, I don't think so. Boy! And this guard turns and he says, "Yes? Fetch me a snack."
Let's go.
Wow.
He runs over to the carriage here and grabs some crackers and hands it off to the general, and he begins snacking.
What kind of crackers are those?
They look very, very dry. Like they're meant to just stay good for a really, really long time. So they seemed extremely dried out and very heavily salted.
Oh.
Pretty thin as well.
You know, Mr. General, I think I'd rather not have any snacks. It looks like I'm gonna need chopstick by the end of that snack.
Well, at least you got a sense of humor on you. And he just keeps eating crackers. Yeah, this isn't much good anyways, but, you know, it fills the void.
The void?
Yeah, where the hunger pangs are. For such a well-established army with such nice decor and outfitting, you would think
And
that they would...
bears.
Yeah, and bears. Military strength unknown to man.
Yeah.
You would think that they would give us some better rationing.
At least crackers that don't dry out your entire face.
It's okay. We got some water for that. And he goes over to grabs some water and brings it over to him.
There's water there.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I am going to open up map here. Let's see. We are going to go to the King's Coven. Oh, is everything blackened out here? It looks like it is. Give me 1 second. I'll get rid of the fog. I'm just going to place all the boys in here. Notes. Where's my boy Kai Elder? There we go. And Pivid and Marth, as you kind of step into this building, yes, it is absolutely in the shape of a crown. You just see like they're brick walls, but they are painted as if to be golden. And just a very friendly atmosphere. But also at the same time, when you walk in, you see a couple of guards standing by, making sure that the people coming in are somebody who does not really kind of mean them harm. And as they see Kai Elder, they back away back to their stations and nod their head and kind of bow to him.
Right this way, gentlemen. We will talk over in the bar area. Follow me.
And Marth will follow. What would you like to do, Pivid?
Pivid will follow as well.
Perfect. You head over to the bar area.
I would like a glass of wine, please, and put a little swirl in it like you usually do.
And he kind of like reaches across the table and gives him like one of these like little finger like points at him and like curls it very like seductively. And the bartender at the front just goes wah, wah, and goes to grab a glass.
Do you wish to have a drink? Anything?
He looks
I'm
at you.
quite alright.
Yeah, I think I'm good. I would rather keep my wits about me. I hope you kind of understand.
At your loss. Oh well. Come sit down.
And Marth goes to grab the stool here and bring it over. And sits at the bar.
Pivid's actually gonna stay standing. He's gonna like stand to Mart's right shoulder.
Over this way
Kinda
here?
like how, kind of how a retainer would behind a lord or something of the sort.
Perfect.
Staying at attention.
And yeah, this very friendly bartender fills up some wine and places it on the table for Kai Elder, and he gives him like a little wink, and looks to Marth and Pivot and says,
Wah, wah. I only do this for him, so don't get any wild ideas about the overall environment of the King's Coven. Wah, wah.
and he takes his bill and he swirls it around in the cup for him.
What the fuck?
And takes it out, and Kai Elder gives him a little wink and says,
Ah, yes, just the way I like it. Thank you very much.
and he takes a sip while it's still swirling. Druzy, thank you for the gifts. And Kai Elder turns to Marth and says,
You'll have to forgive me for the bit of a disruption for your entrance into Hellspring. I was hoping we would meet on different grounds. You see, I'm happy that I did catch you before you left and that you didn't just scamper off, as we have a bit of a situation inside of Hellspring. I do know that you used to live here, and we took care of your house with great pride. However, it seems that it was desecrated, which is... We'll talk repairs later, I suppose. But for now, allow me to explain to you the situation that we have at hand.
And he kind of puts his hands together and looks forward and says,
Well, you see, I was visited by the Radiant Knight the other day, and he delivered a message to me that was a bit unsettling. Hellspring has had a bit of a checkered past. You see, my father, God rest his soul, bought Hellspring back in the day when it was Exodus Village. And he turned it into a resort. People loved it. The springs were healing and soothing, and you couldn't find water anywhere like it in the rest of Pitovia. Even Mechlite itself. People came from so far and wide just to come to these hot springs. And our hospitality,
and he winks at the duck once more and says,
is unparalleled. So, when everything went down 50 years ago, we went through a situation where Mechlites came to our doorstep, brought the fight to us, killed many of my men and workers. And when I surrendered, they did not kill me. Instead, they wished to employ me. Apparently, the Mechalite royalty itself saw great opportunity, I suppose you could say, in Hellspring. They thought that they could use Hellspring once they began to occupy Petovia as a resort itself and profiteer off of it. The one problem is...
The, springs went dry, yes?
Oh, so you know this. Yes, unfortunately the springs have gone dry. We have run into a bit of a little situation here. There seems to be some Helvetian rebellists that have been slowly but surely accumulating in the area. I don't know if you ran into them at all on your way here. I don't imagine that you have.
No, I don't believe we did. And he looks back at Pivot.
Pivot shakes his head.
No, we didn't see any Herbetians here.
Well, yes, I suppose that is common, as they do only really come out at night. I don't know what they want. I don't know why they want it, but they have been coming out in intervals and attacking the King's Coven. And that is not a problem for us. We can defend ourselves. We are an elite mercenary group, I'll have you know. But the problem is Mechalite is beginning to get impatient. They said that we need to shore up the problem of the springs being dried. But every time we have gone to investigate, well, nobody comes back alive.
I see. And where exactly are these Herbetians?
They have taken up residence inside of the, for what I believe, in the wells.
They're underground Herbetians. That's a bit odd, isn't it? Herbetians normally kind of flourish in the sunlight. They kind of need it to stay alive, don't they?
Yes, well, it is true that normally Herbetians do need sunlight to survive, but there's something wrong with these Herbetians. Something foul. I believe that the corruption and chaos has gotten to them.
Ah. And, what, may I ask, do you wish of us? We have our own mission at hand. We don't really have time to be, forgive me, playing hero and fixing minor problems. You did say that you were safe from the Herbetians, no?
Yes, well, that's where things get a little bit complicated. You see, you did see the Mechalite army that was outside of our gates, did you not?
Yes, I did.
Well, the Radiant Knight has given orders that if we do not take care of, or if you, rather, do not take care of the problem of the spring in the next day, that they will take care of it themselves. And take care of it and take care of us is what they have been described to do. This Radiant Knight, I have seen him only once before, but this time when he came, he said to strike a deal with you. He told me that you have liberated Bilms, yes?
Yeah, we, for what it's worth, we did liberate Bilms and take care of the problem that was there, but
you know that it won't stand for long. It seems that Bilms is not even on a leg to stand on. Pitiful, really, for how beautiful and wonderful that city is, with all of its rich history. I'll tell you what, I was given orders, if the spring problem was taken care of, to give you my aid. Now, I don't necessarily trust you, but I will make an agreement. I will give you the service of the King's Coven in Bilms if you take care of our problem in an orderly fashion. If any of my men, so help me God, die, then the deal is off. We need you to take care of this problem in a day. They began to count.
And Marth is going to look at the bartender and say, "Oh God, yeah, get me a wine as well. Leave your beak out of it, though, please. My God."
One coming right up.
And he fills up some wine and places it in front of Marth. Vivid, how are you feeling?
It was actually going to have something to say, if you don't mind.
Sure.
He's going to pipe up and say, if we are going to be delving underground to deal with these Herbetians, we're likely going to need our two compatriots that are within the Mechalites' detainment? Yes?
Yeah, I do have to admit, one of them may have gone rabid, and the other is, well, let's just say she's normally like that. They are good and trusted allies. I promise you that. I give you my word as Patovia's prince. We need them.
Yes, well, I'll see what I can do. But before I do, allow me to brief you just a bit further as to what you're dealing with. I suppose I can explain this better if you follow me.
And he is going to hop off his stool. Marth will grab his wine and take it with him.
Just the whole bottle, please.
Vid's going to kind of step in front so he's walking in front of Marth in this scenario.
Perfect. And you all head upstairs. He guides you upstairs here.
I do enjoy the fact that Martha's like, yeah, no, I totally trust the guy who lost his mind for possibly exploding. Yeah, no, fully believe in him. Trusted companion.
Unfortunately, it is the option of that and, yeah, some other problems. And,
Not
so...
having to worry about it happening ever again?
Yeah. And potentially dying underground, maybe.
Or being killed by said companion underground?
Yeah, you bring up a good point.
I'm just saying. You don't know how it happened.
I did roll a will save to bring that up, by the way.
Oh, nice. Nice.
Let's go.
And Kai Alder turns around to both of you and says,
Welcome to the Residence's living quarters. This is where the King's Coven relaxes and enjoys their free time, which is unfortunately quite a bit as of late. We don't really have a lot of tourism. So the workers have begun to get bored, a little restless, and between you and me, a bit concerned.
and he turns to these two children who are kind of running in the hallway and playing. And oh shoot, I think I didn't grab that one token. I didn't. I need to grab a token. Give me 1 second.
Unbelievable.
I'm
I
sorry.
can't believe this.
It's all my fault. You can blame me.
I blame you very much, yes.
Oh, hold on. I got to do a couple of things for this. Boom, 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 boom. Where's LD? There he is. Let me just disable that right now so it doesn't open up my Discord DMs. Ooh la la. Scandalous.
We did love that.
Scrolling. Oh god. Oh boy. Minimize. Oops, sorry, don't minimize that actually. Bring it back up. Look down, how's your nap going? Did you enjoy it? Was it a good nap for you? Was it good for you?
I mean, to be unconscious and not have to experience whatever reality is, yeah, no, it was great. It's probably the most peaceful he's ever fucking been.
Not enough character death? Bruh. It was probably getting close to that, though. Notes. Okay.
Look, if I saved from the fucking sleep spell, there'd be a different story. There'd be some.
Imagine if only look down saved from the spell.
That would be horrifying.
That was what I was
Literally
hoping
everybody
for.
passes out and
Whoa.
look down just turns around.
Look, all I'm saying is y'all have a couple turns to wake the fuck up as I tore through the 3 individuals in front of me. Like, you would have had at least a little bit of time.
He looks down the hallway,
Man.
with these two kids playing very happily, just kind of throwing a ball back and forth to each other, and one of them backs up, as the ball kind of just gets thrown just over their head and ends right before this thing right here. And the girl kind of very bashfully starts walking forward, and looks up at the monster, who is kind of an amalgamation of a soldier, and it's also morphed into a horse. So this thing has it's standing on 4 legs that are bowed, and there is a horse head as well as a soldier's head, and it's pretty big. And the girl, instead of grabbing the ball, runs back to her brother, and they both run past.
You see, this is the situation that we have.
What is that?
Just between you and me, Mechalites did not necessarily spare everyone when they came. They killed many of my men, but they also took my strongest men and they did something to them. I believe that they're touched with chaos. For whatever reason, this is the main reason that we cannot take offensive to these Herbetians. These soldiers have been reckless. And when we send them to go take care of the problem, some of them have turned on my own men. I don't know what is happening, But it seems that the closer they get to these wells, the more irrational they act.
And
he says, well,
I'm gonna kind of step aside so Marth can see.
so Marth, oh, got
Step
you.
to the left.
so this is the situation that we are currently dealing with. Well, I have to ask you one more thing. If you do manage to take care of this Herbetian problem and get these springs back open, which I know is asking a lot, I please wish for you as well, Lord Marth, to take care of these abominations that my mem have become. I think they might be savable. I've heard tales that you are a practiced healer.
That might be taking it a bit far.
But you could help them, can't you? Just look at them. It's not even real. I've never seen stuff like this in my worst nightmares. The world's gone to shit, and I, for whatever reason, you are the one that has come to save me. And that is a blessing in disguise, I think. All of this over a little bit of water.
We'll talk the details later. I'll see what I can do.
Thank you.
I can give my promise as a scholar that I will at least try to look into what has caused this, if it can be reversed or not. It definitely seems the work of some sort of chaos blessing, maybe? But I'd have to do a lot to get the particulars.
Yes, Pivot here is very, very well educated. He knows a lot about these things. This is his expertise through and through.
Ah, you like to read? There's a lot of studying.
Yes, I've studied a lot over my years.
Well, you know what? I will go, ask for the release of your friends and bring them back here. Go ahead and head upstairs. There is somebody who you might be interested in speaking to. Yeah, we'll talk about that later. I'll head downstairs.
He kind of like fumbles over his words quickly and heads out.
That's strange.
Yeah, that was a bit odd. I don't like the way he said that.
The notes I pulled from the Archbishop Vertiseth?
Yes, yeah. The notes that we salvaged.
I was reading them over on our way here. Earlier, before he became what he was a fisher, I think here in Hellspring. But he saw some kind of light in the river, red light. And as he approached it, the words in the pages weren't clear. Something happened to him. And, well, he just began believing he had heard the words of the Chaos God. And wandered into the forest. And he mentioned these Habitians. Called them nationalists, I believe.
Yeah.
But perhaps the influence of chaos as well as the darkness of the forest, due to its thick canopy, perhaps changed them over time.
Yeah, it seems whatever is happening in there is not good, at the very least. It seems to be spreading outwards, and he kind of looks over to the knight there.
if we go into those wells, I will be prepared for all manner of horrors.
Yeah, I would think so. It bothers me that these Herbetians are living underground, supposedly. It is completely unheard of. I mean, there's certain species of Herbetians, sure. A certain plant life that can flourish underground, but the majority, I would say maybe 95% of these Herbetians, I've never seen them wish to go underground or stray away from the sunlight. It's just odd to me.
I think there's something beneath us in the wells. Some source, corruption, what have you.
Surely.
Driving things here mad. Before we entered your former home, looked down, seemed interested in the river. I steered him away, but he might be susceptible to whatever this is.
I don't know what's going on with him. I don't know what's going on with me. I can't believe I told him that Lookdown would be fine. I've never seen anything like that. But for some reason, just deep down, I can't shake this feeling that, well, that Lookdown is actually a good person, that, I don't know, that he can break the cycle of madness that is afflicting him. I have hope. What was he like when he was in the dungeons?
By the time I started managing him, he had already been there for some 30-odd years.
Holy shit.
He was pretty much as you met him. Didn't talk. He just stared at the floor, and if he had a chance, he'd try to break out, maybe assault me if he could, but it was, well, the day-to-day for him.
Yeah. Can't imagine.
He'll kind of just shake his head a bit. I don't like thinking of that.
Yes, of course, I'm sorry. I don't mean to bring up bad memories.
He reacted upon seeing that man. Was he familiar to you? Do you know who he is?
Oh, well, here's the thing. That man is, it's still odd to talk to him. He, has taken the form of my father, as Dopplums kind of do. It gave me an initial shock to see him. Yes,
that would be shocking indeed.
Almost to a T before the last time I saw him. It's exactly the way I remember him looking. This day's been, well, a lot.
What if Lookdown knew your father before he was interred in the dungeons? I can't think of any reason why he would have such a violent reaction unless he knew who he was looking at.
It's maybe not out of the realm of possibility. See, I've been asleep for 50 years, so I don't entirely know what took place during that time, where my father went, what happened to him. I've spent all these years thinking of it, but never actually rationalized it. Well, one thing, and he kind of gets closer to you and says, do you remember in any of your experiments, the words Valen forming on his chest?
Valen? On his chest, you'd say?
Yeah, as clear as day, and just like the wind, it came and went. As soon as I walked away from
try to
him.
remember. Would he have seen anything like that during this time?
Never once. Nope.
Valen. No. Any type of script or words that would appear on the skin were usually placed by me. I can't think of any time it manifested on its own.
Interesting.
Perhaps, I don't know, perhaps speak to look down of it. You probably won't remember, but it's worth asking. Might know.
Sure, I'll see about doing that. He
Maybe have tens there when you ask. Just
Woo! You know, I think that's fair.
I normally wouldn't be so. Well, I would say that I am quite wary of it normally, but that reaction was abnormal.
Yeah. Nothing I've ever seen for sure. Well, did he say something about some person?
He wanted me to meet somebody upstairs. Apparently related to reading, so I suppose it's interesting enough for me to check it out. So.
Sure, I'll leave you to it. I'm gonna head back downstairs and make touch with or touch base with the rest of the group.
Just don't drink yourself drunk, eh?
Oh, of course not.
Lightly tap Marth's shoulder.
And he starts walking down the stairs and says, "Just to take the edge off."
No more than 2.
He disappears
Carefully.
downstairs here.
Too much wine, he might make touch with you.
Yeah.
Suppose I'm going upstairs.
Perfect. You kind of head over to the spiral staircase, and
He's walking by this night, he is gonna try to take a look at it just from a distance, see what he can glean.
yeah, give me a.
magically.
Okay, you want to do like an arcane check then for me?
Probably both arcane and observation, if that's possible.
Sure.
Okay, so I'll make it arcane first. That is a 15.
So as far as arcane goes, it doesn't really seem like anything magical has touched this kind of demented looking horse man.
Okay. Alright, I'll roll the observation now.
Yep, go ahead and roll an observation for me.
That is a 17.
From what you kind of observe about this this night, you see you kind of like just kind of hang out over by the stairs and just give him like a couple of glances as he's just kind of like looking around. Seems like almost empty. Like it doesn't seem like a lot is going on inside his head. And he's kind of just driven off of pure impulse, which seems like something to, from what you've seen before, very closely related to chaos.
Would I be able to do a religion check to see if this happens among chaos followers,
Sure, yeah.
or if exposed to like divine magic from chaos?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see this religion. Nope. That's a 1.
Oh, yeah.
I ain't no shit.
It's it just seems wildly bizarre to you. You kind of have an idea in your head that that this is related to chaos, and that there's something just manifesting inside of this horrifying creature, but you don't really know what, and you don't know why it's happening.
Okay. Make a few notes here. and we can
Sure,
continue.
sure. And as you're making those notes, I'm assuming you're probably gonna gonna go
we'll
upstairs
proceed
afterwards.
up here for now.
Okay, perfect. So let's bring you actually upstairs here. Oh boy.
You head upstairs into the third floor of the King's Coven, and you go up and see a. Give me 1 second. I gotta place him here. Where's my boy?
What was the name of the Coven's leader again?
Kai Alder. So it's Kai, and then Alder, Alder.
Okay.
Where's this boy? Did I not put him in? I must have. There he is. You see across the room, sitting and reading a couple of books at a time. He has 2 books in his hand, one in his left and one in his right hand. He's just looking back and forth between them as he kind of just like reads a page, quickly flips past it, and then reads another page on the other book, flips past that and goes back to the other book. And he's just like power reading a couple of books at the same time. He is, from what you can see, he appears to be undead.
Pivid's gonna kind of like glance around the room just to see what's going on in here.
Sure, you kind of just look around the room and just give me an observation, I guess.
Okay. 18.
You look through the entirety of the room just very quickly, as this guy is not really paying attention to you. He seems very, very into his books. This is a full library, very, very large. And off to your right, over here, you do see what kind of seems to be just like a separate room. You don't really know what it is.
Pivid's gonna leave the man who is reading for now and kind of start looking at the books, see on the shelves, I would say, up top. Just kind of see what's available here.
You look through these books, and you have never seen a more disorganized library in your entire life. There's like cookbooks mixed in with like arcana. There is like history books, all out of order. There's like holes in like various areas where books should be. There's like loose papers just kind of like shoved in.
Pivot goes more feral than I ever could possibly imagine.
Pivid is fucking horrified.
Goblin mode.
No! No!
And are you taking books off like the shelf and stuff, or rummaging through anything?
Pivid's
Just observing.
He's too respectful for that at the moment, but he is sore tempted. But he's just kind of looking through to see what the topics might be, but seeing as they're so disorganized, he can't really make heads or tails of it. So he's gonna kind of slowly approach the man at his desk between the 2 chairs.
You start walking forward, and it feels like just, I don't know why, oddly suspenseful to you. Pivot's typically not somebody who's just like, man, oh man, I can't wait to go talk to this person. So like as you kind of approach, you feel just like in your heart, it just starts beating a little bit faster. You get like a little bit nervous more and more as you walk forward. And as you kind of reach the chairs, this old man goes,
That's it! That is it! I've had it!
And he slams both the books down on the table and like looks forward and says,
What was it again? What am I doing? Oh, hello.
Quite all right, sir.
Never better. Just doing some light reading.
I see that. What are you reading?
Oh, just anything and everything I can. I've read the books here more than 200 times.
Oh.
Just to make sure that knowledge is retained. Sometimes things slip from my head, but it's okay.
What are you studying right now?
Oh, how to make the perfect baked potato is what this book is.
Oh.
Very interesting. And,
any insight from it?
I think so. I've tried to put these things into practice multiple times, but, when I set the fires
And he kind of brings his staff that he has next to him up to himself, and he raises it in the air and goes to, like, cast something, and you just kind of, like, shudder a little bit. And you see, like, a flame just go whoosh, like by him, not towards you, not like purposefully towards the books either, but it's in a library with a bunch of books, paper, and wood. So it just goes up into the air, and he says,
I tend to overcook them.
I see. You are part of the guild here, yes? King's Coven?
Yes, I just so happened to be visiting Hellspring here during the time it was invaded. And, what can I say? I do love Hellspring. I tend to come here quite often to rest my old bones inside the hot springs. But, as you can see, things have... What was I doing?
What's your name, good sir?
A pleasure to meet you. The name is Yarm. Yarm the Wise.
It's a pleasure. I am Pivid, the mage.
A fellow user of the magical arts, are you? Wonderful. I never get to pick anybody's brains around here. No pun intended.
Well, as long as it's not physical, I don't mind some discussion.
Yes, well, sit down and let's have a little talk.
All right. I will sit down, I guess.
You sit down, and
he goes, right, well, yeah. What did you say your name was?
Pivid.
Yes, pleasure to meet you. My name is Yarm. Well, you see, I do love the magical arts. I myself have trained for countless years as a wizard. And I don't know if you know how wizards tend to go about things, but we do pride ourselves in devoting our entire life for one purpose and one purpose only: to cast good magic. I tend to be a fire wizard.
I know a small bit of fire magic myself, though I must admit it's rather lackluster.
Oh, well, my boy, I would be more than happy to teach you.
Oh, really? Pivot seems like visibly excited about that.
He says,
well, the spells are a bit difficult to learn, some of them expert. I suppose I might be able to find some that are novice, though. It depends on how quickly do you think you could learn?
I can learn relatively quickly. I'm quite the accomplished mage myself, but we can start from the bottom and work our way up, if that works for you.
He says, perfect! And, from the bottom up. Okay, you did say Good. Yarm, let me find Yarm here.
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of thought you were gonna be like, I tried to learn that spell that he just cast.
I want to learn that.
Didn't think of it.
Yeah, just... It's like, oh man, it's just... that's a missed opportunity.
Am I allowed
there,
to? Mr. Dungeon Man.
Uh-huh.
I believe you'll be seeing it in just a moment. It's okay.
Let's go.
So he...
Yeah, but Come on, how cool of a moment would it be? Like, okay, I'm gonna teach you the spell, and you're like, already got it.
Actually, yeah. Go ahead and roll roll an arcane for me. Arcane check.
Yeah, spell read. Let me do it real quick. Nope, that's a 7.
Damn. So the first time you see it, not really. Can't really catch onto what he's doing or what he's supposed to be doing. But he stands up, and you can see his legs are very rickety, and he's like,
Oh, God. These old bones. Oh, I need a bath. Oh, my goodness. Do you know, have you ever sat your ass in a chair for so long that it's just, well, you get up and your tailbone, it feels like it's coming out.
I look at his tailbone. Is it actually coming out?
you take a look and no. It just seems like he's in pain.
I can't say I have the feeling of the tailbone, but my legs definitely get sore from oversitting, yes.
Oh, don't worry. It'll only get worse with age.
Probably within 5 years, knowing my lifespan.
Don't fret. With age does come an increase to the magical arts, should you devote yourself. Now, let us watch.
And he goes to, like, he closes his eyes quickly, and it seems like his overall demeanor completely shifts. And he takes his staff out and reaches it to the air, and he is going to cast Burning Weaver. You see him kind of wince ever so slightly, and a fire begins to kind of just curve into the air, almost seemingly to go along with like the wind waves, or sorry, like the air waves, just kind of like fluttering back and forth, and he starts controlling it with his hands and maneuvering it around.
This is what I like to call the Burning Weaver. It is a spell that I did create myself when I was younger, to protect and to serve.
It's a rather beautiful spell.
Well,
I'm sure it's rather effective.
yes, it is effective for quite a few things.
And he still has his eyes closed as he's trying to kind of concentrate. Let's see.
What is he, orange juice?
So he is going to send the flame out with his hand. It goes out to about here, and kind of just like slashes and sears the ground just ever so slightly, and then it comes back to him. He says, "The wonder of fires." And he says,
Now come, I'll show you what else it can do. Try to attack me.
Very well. Could all get up and, I don't know, try to punch him or something?
"Oh God!" You go to you go over
After all
to.
you just went through, blow off some steam.
yeah.
No, I'm good. I'd rather not punch an old skeleton, thank you. Or, well, not kill an old skeleton, sorry.
You run over to go punch him, and he brings up the fire in front of you, and your fist goes into the fire, and it absorbs the blow.
Oh.
Oh no. What are you teaching, Pivot?
Do you like it?
Good before you look down.
And he opens up his eyes. The spell disappears.
Me again.
Oh, this spell is brilliant. Do you think I could learn it?
Surely.
And he kind of like looks around the library and says,
Now, where did I leave that book? Oh, don't worry. I know this library like the back of my hand. The book is right over here.
and he like wobbles over, grabs the book, and it's right there, and he brings it over to you and hands it.
What the? No, take the book.
You're more than welcome to hold on to this.
You're certain?
Oh, of course. Aspiring magicians. We don't come across a lot of them these days.
Too true.
Teach, look down magic. Teach, look down magic.
No, you can't learn. I already tried. Shut up.
Never again. I think that's the first thing on Pivot's mind when he thinks of look down read. He's like, yeah, I would love to teach him magic on top of that. I would love to arm him with something else.
Yes.
Well, I will study this, and once I've completed it, if I'm able, I might return to see if I can learn more from you, if that is all right.
Yes, of course. I love meeting new... What did you say your name was again?
Pivot, sir.
Pivot, do you know where I dropped my eyeglasses?
Just gonna kind of take a quick look around.
You kind of like take a look around. You don't see any eyeglasses, and he says,
Oh, right, I don't wear them. Of course. Silly me. I'll just take a seat in my chair. Yes, do go over the spell and come back to me. And when you have learned the spell, I will teach you many more. Ones that you could only dream in your wildest of dreams.
No, Pivot will bow. Thank you for your time, sir.
perfect. And we are going to open up the map to back to the entrance here, Hellspring entrance. And close. Where are the people? I need my notes. Where is he? Kyle.
What was the name of the spell again?
Burning Weaver.
Burning Weaver. Okay.
And Marth will be coming shortly after. Kai Alder appears at the gate and kind of... The guards start to get close to him and go to pat him down. But Don stands up and smiles and says, No need, no need. Come over here. Allow the man to come over. And they step out of the way as Kai Alder comes over to Don and sees the two of you caged up.
Oh, what a foul sight. I do have need for them. If you wish to have the job done in a timely order, then I will need their assistance.
Like I would give them up to you. These two are dangerous. As a matter of fact, I was thinking of bagging them and bringing them back to Mikolai myself.
I didn't do anything.
You did destroy public property. Historic property, that was.
By accident.
And you did lie to a government official?
That was because he scared me.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, trust me, I'm by your side, darling. But
He's just being very funny.
but I am serious. Wouldn't it be better, instead of bagging them and bringing them back to Mechalite to rot away inside some cell, to perhaps put them to use and put them on the line to fight for you?
Well, that does intrigue me a fair bit. Go on.
Well, it seems that Lord Marth has accepted my offer. He needs the two of them to complete the job. If they come back, they come back. And you must honor your word and leave them alone. They go with the prince. However, if they don't, you don't need to worry about it anyways. They will be gone. Either way, I'll have them out of your hair.
He is going to roll a persuasion check. And would you two like to do anything in the meantime?
No, Alice is just gonna look very botherly unbothered, leaning against the wall of the cage.
He altogether rolls. Where's his persuasion? Yeah, he rolls a 20 altogether.
Oh my god.
Dang.
And Don kind of laughs to himself and says, I find myself breaking all the rules today. Sure, why not take 'em with you? Not like they fare any good chances inside those wells anyways. But, like I said, the deal is the deal. If they don't come back by this time tomorrow, I will be coming in to deal with the situation myself.
Yes, thank you for your judgment. Wise judgment. By the way, are you free tonight?
What?
Hello?
My God. No, I am not. And he kind of just ignores the question and says, let them out of the cages. Make sure they don't do anything irrational by the time they get back into town, thieves. And this guard is going to open up the cage for you, Alice. And this one will open up the cage for you, Look Down.
I don't even move.
I'm gonna go over to Look Down's cage.
You...
I'll be like,
Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, I would be like, I don't know what that was earlier, but anything's better than this cage, so I think we should go and at least find Marth, even though he put me in here.
Does not respond, and if anybody was paying enough attention, would notice that Look Down has been blinking like once per minute.
Oh god.
he does not look well. Do you not wish to have your freedom?
Doesn't respond.
And Serviad Daniels,
To give an idea, Look Down is basically catatonic right now.
oh yeah, no, definitely.
He's absolutely devoid of the world.
And as like they're all trying to get your attention, Look Down, time kind of like seemingly freezes, and Serviad Daniels appears outside of the cage right over here, and places his hands on the bars, and says, "Just like old times, huh, champ? I hate the old times. I don't know what happened back there, but that old man, he looks very, very familiar. Are you okay?"
I don't answer.
Please. I'm sorry that this happened to you. While it was happening, I couldn't even do anything. I couldn't... It felt as if I was just tethered to your body. I was trying to reach out. I was trying to stop you, but I just couldn't. I felt so helpless. I never want to feel that way again. But I know, if we don't at least try, Look Down, that it'll always be like this, and we'll never know why.
Look Down, I'll stand up.
Yeah. Me and you, we'll do it together. And he kind of phases right through the cage and grabs a hold of your hand and says, "Like it always has been. This time, I'm here to help you escape from it, though." And he starts to try to guide you out of the cage.
I like slowly step.
Slowly step out of the cage, and these men kind of very terrified just like back away and give you room to get out of the cage. They have like their weapons at the ready.
I never look up, but is there any like blankets or clothing or anything just like in the immediate vicinity of me?
Over in the carriages, I would say there's definitely some like cloth and blankets kind of hanging off of the side of them just to air dry.
I walk over to them slowly, but as soon as I get there, I like viscerally just put them over myself and just wrap my body kind of in them. Just covering like I throw like one over my head and like throw one around my back.
Like obscuring your entire head, you mean? Like covering your entire head?
Yes, basically just trying to just cover my body. So
perfect.
like, that's literally that's all I'm trying to do.
You do so, and these guards are like very hesitating, very like hesitantly just holding onto their weapons and looking at their general, and the general like shakes his head side to side and says, "Don't do it. Don't do it. You'll be out of our hair in just a second." Poor wild thing. And
then I just stand there awkward, just
Kai Alder is going to come over to Alice and say,
We should be going. I can bring you back into town. We'll go to the King's Coven.
Alice is just gonna shrug and say, "Okay, lead the way."
Do you want to,
and kind of like looks over to look down.
I'm gonna walk over to look down and slowly tap on his shoulder.
I just kind of clench onto the blanket.
Then I'll put my hand down and be like, okay, maybe not. Well, look down. We gotta... Are you all wrapped up here? Pun intended.
I turn to face her, but once again, I'm still not looking up, but I at least am facing her direction.
I'm gonna take that as a yes. Let's go.
Right, right this way. We'll talk more when we get to the tavern itself.
And he starts to walk away.
I'm gonna follow.
And look down, are you just very slowly following? Or are you trying to keep pace?
I'm not gonna go out of my way to exert anything more than I have to, so probably a little bit slower.
Perfect. You start kind of walking through this caged area, and you see several soldiers. You just feel them watching you, whispering and laughing. And one of them says, "The caged beast. He's trying to dress up."
Do I still have my bowl in my hand? Or did I put
Yeah.
it down?
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw my bowl at him.
You throw the ball at him and give me just like a give me a hit roll.
15.
Yeah, it kind of hits just the very backside of his helmet and falls back onto the cart. It's this one right here. And he goes,
I forgot to give you guys back your bowl.
"You are lucky. So help me God. If I had just any sort of non-restraint on me, I would..." And the general clears his throat and says, "Enough, enough. Let them through, and no more sad comments from you. And you all start to head out and leave the area.
Actually, after that happens, I would stay closer to Alice.
Okay, perfect. Get nice and close. And I'm going to open up the King's Cabin where everybody will convene.
Yeah. Also, if I spy any clothes, because, I mean, I don't know that there would be probably a bunch of towels, but if I do spy any clothes that somebody, let me know.
Sorry, you cut out?
I said if I spot any clothes that anybody might have left, to just let me.
Okay. I was gonna say, like, I'm like the carts and stuff. There was like some stuff, but it's kind of seemed out of the way. Did you want to go grab them?
Oh yeah, no, I would have grabbed like anything that could just literally cover me.
In the immediate, yeah, okay. I was gonna say, so you probably have like at least a couple of sheets completely wrapped around you, as well as like a shirt and somebody's like cape as well. Just all wrapped around you. All right, Alice, there you are.
Just so you know my intent, I'm basically just trying to cover my body, like every piece.
Every inch.
Yeah.
And where's meth swords here? You all arrive, and Marth is kind of sitting at the bar, just like very carefully nursing the wine that he has in his hand. And Kai Elder says,
Right this way. I will enlighten you more once we convene with your leader.
Also, just for my reference, do I remember everything that happened when I was in that rage state?
yes.
Oh.
Yes, you do.
Oh. Why'd you make it worse?
Everything is crystal clear. And Kai...
Convince Pure Terror.
Kai Elder heads over to the bar and stands at the end of it here and waves you on.
I am literally just sticking to Alice, so.
What would you like to do, Alice?
Probably walk forward right next to Marth and just kind of like lean in while giving him direct eye contact. Like, and then say, wow, it's really cool that you're here, you know, at a bar, you know, having drinks while I was in a cage and asked for water and got bowl water.
Alice, is this what you really want to do right now?
It is really what I want to do right now, because I wasn't cool.
You're certainly right you weren't cool. You lost your cool.
What do you mean lost my cool?
Well, where do I start? You went into my childhood home, rummaged through it. Oh, I told you.
I don't remember that.
Don't be coy. Bashed in the window after threatening to bash in the window, very playfully, albeit. Bashed in the window and almost compromised our entire mission.
No, we're remembering different things.
No, I don't think so.
I'm gonna look at the duck. The barkeep. Do you have water?
He's kind of like shaking a little bit, goes, honk, honk. And he like nods his head and grabs some water and brings it over to you. Put it right there. Get rid of this other glass. Needs to be washed.
Oh my god.
It needs to be washed, but you put it right back on the shelf. Shameful.
Spit shine.
This barkeep needs a spin-off. Also, if nobody has picked up on it, this is for the Patreon tier. This is our first character that's been introduced. This is Duck. stuck on
I
Quack.
had a feeling.
Oh, that's amazing.
And Marth kind of like turns to you and says, "So what is it? Why did you wish to? Is it something that is it me? Did I do something to you? Is it your teammates, your companions? Why did you think that putting everybody in danger was the right option for that time?"
I think you're blowing this out of proportion, and then Alice is gonna sip her water.
Perfect. We don't have to have the discussion right now, then. And he... actually, Marth does turn back to you just for a brief second and says, "I just need to make sure that we're on the same page for this, and we're helping one another out."
I think somebody needs to help. Look down. And then Alice is gonna look over her shoulder.
Look down, completely covered. Like, you can barely see anything look down. There's a couple of layers over your eyes right now, so you can very, very slightly see kind of anything in the room.
Oh, I'm not even looking in the room. I'm looking at my feet.
True, that is true. But you can barely kind of see what you're walking, or like where you're walking. It's just obscured. And as this discussion happens, Sir Pivot is going to walk downstairs here with a book in his hand.
To the landing. He's like looking over the book as he gets there, but he looks up to see the area. The second he sees look down, he just stops dead. Like full deer in headlights type of thing.
Oh my god.
And I don't think, Marth isn't facing you, so he doesn't really notice. Look down. Look down. Are you okay?
I'm gonna be honest with you. You're gonna get met with a lot of silence from me.
No, you're good. Anytime, just let me know.
Yeah, no.
Listen. I don't know what that was, and I don't know what happened to you. But we're gonna look into it together. I'll help you uncover the answers that you wish, if you help me.
As soon as he says uncover, I actually grab onto like the clothes even harder. Cause he's doing the full on like arms crossed over, like grabbing at like the shoulders.
Mm-hmm. And then you grab onto like the clothing itself and kind of clench it, right?
Yes.
Listen, I won't make you do anything that you don't wish to do. But we're your companions, and we need you for this mission. You are, if I'm going to be quite honest, one of our greatest strengths. And for what it's worth, if it is worth anything. And he kind of like very, very carefully reaches his hand out to you, look down, places it on your shoulder and says, "I trust you. I trust you."
I flinch.
Well, I'll give you time to think it over. But we don't have much time. And he is going to he's going to brief you all on what he was what he was told. I don't know if any of you need a reminder of kind of anything that was said.
I'm good.
Okay. Okay, perfect. So, I mean, that's the gist of it. Climb into a well and take care of some Herbetians who seem to have gone rogue. A lot is riding on this, so I will need both of your help.
Alice is gonna sip her water and finish it. And then flag down the duck.
He grabs your water and fills it back up for you and places it back in front of you.
Right, well, let's see what time it is.
And he kind of just kind of thinks to himself. When you guys arrived here, it was about 4 p.m. Right now, it's been a decent period of time. It's been a couple of hours. So it's probably about 6 p.m. right now. And Kyalder says,
Listen, these creatures, they like to come out at night. So, I do have a bit of a plan if you're interested in listening, I suppose. I've dealt with these things for quite some time, so I usually am pretty prepared for anything that they can send our way.
sure, let's hear it.
Right, well,
And Pivot, are you still gonna be up at the landing? Just kind of
He's actually kind of backed up a little against the railing behind him. Just instinctively.
I love it.
No, like backwards. Like,
Oh, got you, like over here, or over. Okay, got you.
these things, well, it is by their nature they are very fearful of fire. So, a lot of the Herbitians lately have been crawling out of the wells close by Hellspring, and there's one over by the forest that I know they come out as well. As far as I know, most of the time they come out of the one in Hellspring. So what I am willing to do is drop quite a large spire of fire into the well. They should come investigate it. Our best option is to try to get them out of the well at night so you can investigate the area. And then together, we can take care of them.
I feel like that probably makes sense, but if there's a large spire of fire, where would we even enter the well?
Through the forest.
Forest. Right? Well,
Been there, done that.
I suppose if that's our best plan of entry, then I feel like that's our best choice. And he looks to the rest of the group and says, "What do you think?" And he sees Pivot over on the railing. What do you think, Pivot? You. Oh man, I love it.
What? Huh? What's up?
Pivot, we're going to be entering the well soon as kind of the sun goes down. We're going to have to probably enter the one by the forest, as they're going to create a diversion to get them to come out of the one here.
The second Pivot hears forest, he kind of shudders.
Oh.
Is there no alternative?
Is there any alternative?
I'm afraid those are the only entrances that we know. I would say that the springs themselves, but the water circulates through. There's no entrance down below. I think that they're using those two wells as an entrance and an exit.
It seems like there's no other option. What if we waited to the day?
Well, if you waited until the day, you would go into the well and, well, I'm assuming quite a few of them will be in there, if not all of them. They don't typically come out during the day. Fear of the sunlight, perhaps.
Mr. Dungeon Man,
Yes.
how long would it take me to read this tome to get the spell?
I would say that it would take you. Let's see. Let me look at the check really quickly.
Is Pivot a speed reader?
I would say
the
Pivot is
thing
a
itself
speed reader.
requires a long rest to get the effect, but that's from the spell read, not the direct.
Actual understand. Yeah. I would say, in order to comprehensively understand the ability, it would take you maybe about 30 minutes to just look it over and be like, oh, okay, that's how it's supposed to work. Practice, however, it would require an arcane check for you to see if you can actually do it.
Okay.
Yeah, I would probably say that.
Okay. So 30 minutes and then an arcane check, and if that fucks up, I'll probably have to take a long rest.
Yes. Yep.
Okay. Sounds good to me. give me like 30-ish minutes to try and understand this, and he's gonna kind of wave the tome. He's actually using it to like kind of look down out of his vision. As he's like holding it up. Give me like 30 minutes to try and get a grasp of this. It's a fire spell, so hopefully it'll help down there.
Oh, yes, of course. Take the time you need. In the meantime, is there anything you two need?
Do I feel anything with this guy?
Anything with what, sorry?
Do I feel anything with this guy just being in my presence?
Kai Alder?
Yeah.
Yeah, you feel uncomfortable. You don't feel like you're out of your mind anymore, but you do feel uncomfortable.
And this is 100% the person that, when I looked at them, that's what happened?
Yes. However, one thing you do notice, look down, is when you were in the presence, from what you remember, there was no glow across your chest. I will just put that there.
When I looked at them, there was no glow?
Correct. When you got into kind of like the direct vicinity of this person, there was no Valen glowing across your chest.
Okay, yeah, no. Go ahead, make me more confused as a player. Yeah, I guess I just kind of stand there.
Okay. Alice, was there anything that you needed?
Alice is just gonna sip her water.
Right. Well, we'll just need a little bit of time, and then we'll head into the wells. Nightfall should occur in a couple of hours, so take the time that you need. You have 2 hours to prepare, and I won't ask you to follow me, but surely it is for the best of all of us. And he is going to go kind of just like sit down at this table here and just kind of contemplate.
I reluctantly look at my hands, like shaking. What do my hands look like?
Your hands, the claws have gone back into your fingers. They receded. Not from what you remember, because you were asleep when it happened. But there is just dried blood, kind of just stains at your fingertips.
I clench a fist and put my hands back.
Perfect. And this duck is going to kind of like waddle over to the center of the bar here, and you just hear like a as he does. And he looks at you, Alice, and goes, would you, never mind. And he kind of like runs and kind of like goes to open the door, and then like looks back like he really wants to ask you something. Like really, really badly, but he's very intimidated, and he goes into the kitchen.
Oh my god.
And after like a couple of minutes, Alice, he comes out of the kitchen with
I'm standing next to Alice when he comes back out.
comes out of the kitchen with a plate of fish, and he places it in front of you and goes,
Wah, wah, wah. It's the best in the world, I promise you that. You look hungry.
I'm gonna look down at the fish, and then look up at him, and then look down, And then just stay looking at Look Down. Like, do you want some of this fish?
Look Down, like, tries to look up at you and just cannot bring himself to do it.
Okay. Alice is gonna take the plate.
Yep.
Am I sitting on a stool?
Yes.
I'm gonna get off the stool and then crouch down and look up at Look Down with the plate.
Look, you're gonna probably notice now, but Look Down is kind of crying. And, or at least tears are going down his face. And he just kind of very clearly doesn't know what he should be doing.
Okay. Okay.
And like the duck is just kind of like watching all of this unfold, like kind of looking back and forth between you two, and just like very confused. And he's like, "Oh, bad time, I guess. I'll try again later." Sadly, turns around, opens the door, and goes back into his kitchen.
I'll slowly actually grab a fish and bite into it.
Look Down, you bite into this, and this is the best food you have ever tasted. It is like so rich to you that like you can barely like hold it into your mouth because your taste buds are going so wild and you're salivating so madly. It is delicious. It's that like type of delicious that it hurts the sides of. Have you ever had like a really really good meal, and when you bite into something, the flavor is so good that you can feel it in the sides of your cheeks?
I think I know what you're talking about, but I'm also a texture eater, so.
Fair enough.
Something sour, like a sour candy, and you
Yep.
smile.
Yep.
That's what I was thinking. It's like a sour candy, except with flavor. I will take a second bite of it, and then, like, put my hand out like I'm giving it to Alice.
Is it just one fish on the plate, or is there more fish on the plate?
There's multiple fish on the plate, yeah.
I'm just gonna take the plate back up to the thing and be like, "No, that you keep that one. I'll have this."
I finished the fish.
And Kyelder's watching it. He's just like,
Ah, a romance for books. I wish I had some love in my life.
and he goes, bartender.
Everything to not say that I throw the fish at him.
Same!
Poor man's just lonely.
He has a bartender.
That's true.
I'm gonna call for the bartender.
Yeah, you call for the bartender and he like opens up like carefully with the door and like looks, he pops his head out.
I'm gonna ask him what his name is and to come closer.
What? My name? My name is Duck. Duck. Just Duck.
Just Duck or Duck Duck?
Duck. Duck is my name.
What is your last name?
Duck Duck Goose.
Duck Duck Goose?
Duck Duck Goose.
DDG?
I suppose.
You are DDG. I'm not saying just Duck.
Oh.
And you can see like he just like gets a little sad, his bill just dips a little bit. very like yeah.
I'm
And-
gonna eat some of the fish though. When I say that, after I say that.
Yeah, you take a bite into it. It is really, really good. Fresh fish. And he goes,
Right from the Yuten River.
Oh my god. Did you make this?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I do the best with what I can.
Quite the chef, DDG.
He is being modest. He is the finest chef in the entire region. In my opinion, he would win several marks, several competitions. But, things are a bit dull these days.
So, when we eat the fish, is it like an actual just whole fish?
it's a fillet. Yeah, so there was
Okay.
2 separate fillets on the plate.
So there's nothing left when I finish eating, right?
Correct. Yep.
Okay, I don't eat seafood, so I don't know how this works.
I suppose that there's a little bit of like just like skin.
Oh, I
From,
eat
like, the
skin,
actual
are you kidding
fillet.
me? I
Perfect.
think I'm actually paying attention to that.
Look, town's hungry.
I just meant like if there was any bone, like I was just like that was basically what I was asking, if there was gonna be like any.
No, nothing like that. Yep.
Okay. Okay.
And after you kind of like open up to him just a little bit and have conversation with him, he's like,
I was wondering, if maybe you would get my spatula. It fell in the well.
Oh my god.
It's not just any spatula, it's a golden spatula.
A golden spatula? Why did you drop a golden spatula in the well?
I didn't mean to.
Well, it'd be a different question if you meant to. I didn't think you meant to. Why did you? What happened?
One of the...
and he goes, Kai Elder goes,
Tell him it's okay. It's okay. Tell him.
One of the knights took it and threw it in.
Those knights are just bullies.
That spatula means a lot to me. It's been passed down from duck to duck to duck to duck to goose.
Oh shit! But you know all the jokes I was making earlier. Holy shit!
Oh my god.
You know what? I'm going pee. Fuck this.
Oh my god.
I could
Jesus.
give you a reward if you got it for me.
What would the reward be? Just out of curiosity.
A little money, my admiration.
I don't want money. I don't need money. What's something you do here that's special?
Well, well, I could cook you the finest meal that you have ever had in your entire life. It's a very special fish that lives in the Yuten River that is extremely evasive and very few fishermen have ever caught. However, I don't have the fish. It's still in the river. Yeah, so unfortunately, you'd have to catch the fish. I'm not good at that.
Cook a
Catch
meal,
the
but
fish.
you need to get the
go get the fish for me.
Go get the fish after you get my spatula.
for your reward. Go catch a
For your
fish.
reward.
I'm just saying, it could be worth it.
Okay. So I have to catch my own reward and then bring it back for you to cook it for me with a spatula that I go and get you.
That's usually how things work.
Okay, and then what would pair with it? What type of drink?
Well, We have wines, we have beers. However, I would suggest one of our finest white wines.
And he goes over, he kind of like waddles over to like the tank here and grabs a glass and just gives you like a small taste of this white wine.
And we've had plenty of time to age it. This is from about 18 years reserve.
Okay. And then Alice is gonna take it and then do the whole wine
Swirl.
swirl.
I love it.
The little and then drinking it. And then going, what about special ways you prepare drinks?
You mean like
Liquor.
Why you say it like that?
What kind of drink would you like? I could provide pretty much anything to you, I suppose.
Well, what does he get? And then Alice points down.
You see a long, just like in the movies where like it stretches the camera and slowly goes across the bar, and you just see the anxiety in his eyes, and he goes,
Well, what he does for me is a bit special, so...
Why?
do you want to demonstrate?
Sure.
Very well.
and he goes
Oh my
over
God.
and sits next to you, like very excitedly. This is the second time it's happening today. He's like, man, this is a big treat for me. And he gives the glass back over to him. He fills it up with his favorite wine, brings it over, and then, like, very bashfully, like, takes his bill and, like, just swirls it inside the glass.
He says, oh yes, I love when you look so bashful about it.
Oh my God.
And he takes a sip out of it.
That is the way he prepares my drinks.
I want that.
He spits out. And you see just like the duck just wonk, just a wide gape in the mouth. And Kai just like,
Yeah. If it's for him, he can have whatever he wants. Sure. Why not? I suppose I have to let them go to see if they come back to me. That is the way of true love.
He is very lonely. He
He's
is
a very lonely man.
lonely. He's very lonely. Jesus.
We respect it. And the duck says,
Oh, okay. I can do that for you.
very defeatedly.
All right, so I'll remember spatula and then fish. And then I want the wine also served and prepared that way.
As much as you... as much as you want.
And 30 minutes has passed, Pivid, and you kind of study the book over and
I'd like
kind
to
of
note that the second there was any form of dismissal, Pivid scampered back upstairs.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. You head upstairs. Are you heading back up to the third floor?
Yes, and he's
Okay.
gonna use that desk that was from like opposite from the other mage, and he's just gonna study there.
I don't know why. I just imagine Pivot just like sitting on the very top step, just like crunched over, just like looking over every like couple seconds. Still alive, still alive, still alive, still alive.
Yeah, you walk up to the third floor, like very excited, like a kid who just got a video game for Christmas. You bring the book upstairs and like very quickly run over to the desk without really looking around, and Yarn just kind of like looks up from his book and just smiles, and then goes back to his reading.
Let's go. Reading time.
And from what you read about the spell, Pivid, it seems like it requires a relatively like large understanding of fire magic in general. It doesn't seem like something that is inherently incredibly easy. To him, probably he's a fire wizard. He specializes in these things. However, he kind of entrusted this book to you, and it seems like he believes in you.
Okay. I do be reading, though. Alright, let's see.
Do you wish to attempt it?
Yes.
Perfect. You kind of get up and make sure you have enough room for yourself here. Whoo, here comes the mist chest. Give me an arcane.
Alright, let's see.
Come on, baby. Is it going into dice jail?
The die slipped into the crack in my desk,
Mm-hmm.
so it was kind of leaned. Should I re-roll that or just take what I...
What were the two numbers?
What do you mean?
You said it. Oh, was it in between numbers or was it on something?
It was like caught in the crack, so it was like half tilted.
Oh, okay.
So do you want me to re-roll or just take the most evident one?
Go ahead and reroll.
Okay. I will try to stop it this time.
Call that shit cocked.
Oh my god. Okay.
Oh,
That is... What's this?
come on, give me a high roll.
21.
Oh, nice! You passed it by 1. Yeah, you like just in the kind of way that he did. You kind of just like studied the way he got up, even kind of wobbled around. You take your time, just walking up to this this clearing, and you close your eyes just as he did, and you don't have a staff, but you it's actually you do have a staff, right? Equipped to yourself?
Not at the moment.
Okay.
He just kind of uses his hands.
Yeah, you kind of just reach your hands outward and up towards the air, and starting just very, very small and slowly, a flame starts billowing in your hands. It wants to kind of break off and spire in a couple of different directions, but you kind of start to control the flame with your hands and make sure it just falls back into place. And after a couple of seconds, the flame starts evening out, and you can control it with your hands. And let me send you the spell information.
Yes, sir.
This one's fun. What?
It opened our DMs.
It opened our
Saw
DMs?
Yeah.
I'm confused. I am of the confused.
Look at the last thing you sent me.
Oh. Forgot I sent that. So yeah, this is a 1 through 5 spell.
Okay.
And
Oh damn. Okay.
back up here. I'm so happy that you passed this.
I am quite happy as well.
Where's open? Fucking DMs now. Chat, if you're wondering, if you're ever so curious, it's a meme that says why balls have a stitch line, okay? It's not that big of a deal, it's fine.
It was just so unexpected. My brain was so tuned to serious that
Nothing scandalous.
completely blindsided me.
So yes, you control the fire, and would you like to kind of like hold it there for a while?
Yeah, he kind of holds it. He very carefully twirls it around some. It's like very, very slow with it, but he's keeping it together.
And the yarn puts down his book and goes, "Oh, excellent! Excellent!" And he goes to stand up quickly, and his legs buckle, and
No.
he falls straight onto the table, and his legs become detached as he is what you thought was undead, but you see just mud dripping from like the around where like the ankles are, and he goes, "Oh, sugar," and he connects his legs back to himself.
Seeing this kind of like disrupts his concentration on it, so it kind of fizzles out.
I love it.
Are you quite all right, sir?
Yes, it happens sometimes. Pay no attention. I'm just so incredibly proud of you. A master of the arts.
Thank you, sir.
I wonder if there's anything else I have.
And he goes,
Let's try something a little bit more difficult.
and let's see. He gets up and walks over to like the bookshelf here and grabs a book. Oh boy.
Oh, no.
And he brings it over to you, walks very slowly over to you, hands the book to you, and says, "This one is a special one. Very, very fun. Let me see if I can find something here." And he goes over here and grabs one of the chairs and puts it in front of him and says, "Now watch." And he takes his hands and he forms it into a tunnel, and he blows through it. And as he does, you see a very unique looking fire blow from it at the chair, and it calcifies it, and it turns it into a solid stone. And
that's rather impressive.
Yes, and I can perform a little magic trick here. You want to see it?
Sure.
First it's stone, and then he snaps his finger and he goes, "Now it's just a chair."
And it turns back into a chair.
Oh, I'm just so tired. Oh, goodness. Well, I hope you enjoy the book. Come back to me if you are able to master it.
Of course. Thank you for your time, Master.
Of course, my boy, of course.
And what would you like to do?
So, you said we got 2 hours, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, Pivot's probably going to sit down and try to start studying this one as well. Probably not, like, as urgently. He'll take his time with this one.
Mm-hmm.
Just so he can fully understand it. And just see.
This one, it seems like is pretty intensive and very, very thorough about the actual hand motion itself, and even down to like how much air you should be breathing out through your hands to create this fire. This spell was created 1,000 years ago by an unknown mage, but it was brought to Dragonmaw and used to fight against several dragons in a successful campaign against the dragons from the half-humans. And this one, I'm going to say, is going to take you a while to read through. It's it's a pretty big one.
It's alright. I have my fire spell. I can take my time now.
Perfect. And with the amount of time left, is there anything any of you would like to do?
What's the name of this spell, by the way?
It is actually called Calcify.
Calcify.
I would say from this exchange here, you two have maybe like an hour and a half. Was there anything else you wanted to do with your time, or?
No.
Perfect. So it reaches about 8 o'clock. Let me change the time here. Reaches 8 o'clock, and the sun goes down. And Kai Alder stands up and goes,
Well, it seems it's about time. I'll prepare everything and get everybody into place. You should all head over to the forest. And please, please, do be careful. Make sure to come back alive. No?
Oop. And he goes to get Yarm to cast a spell. Hands up and out. I'll just put him over here for now. And Marth is going to stand up and pivot. Actually, as like he's heading upstairs, you kind of pass him on your way. And let me find you here. Actually, I'll just go grab you from the upstairs. Yeet. And you walk downstairs here, knowing that it's kind of time. And Marth says, do we have everything we need for before we set out? Marth has also gained back his HP here.
I might need a little bit longer on that sanity, but yeah, sure.
Don't we all?
Everything.
No,
We're all mentally broken
here. Marth like turns to you, look down, or sorry, pivot, and says, "Fuck." You good to go, pivot?
Yes. I learned the spell that Master Yom presented to me.
Oh,
Seems
excellent.
like it'll be quite useful down in the dark.
That is great news. Anything that we can use to just give us a better chance is good news to me.
I would show you, but it hurts to cast, so...
No, understandable. We'll only use it if we really need to.
No, I'll be using it all the time.
Oh, sure. Like, I just imagine Pivot to himself is just like...
Fire.
And Kai Elder comes back down the stairs with Yarm. Let me grab Yarm here.
Yarm the Wise.
And they start to head down the stairs past you. And Kai Elder looks back and says,
Are we all ready?
Yes. Oh, can I walk down the stairs?
perfect. Walk down the stairs and join. Marth nods his head and walks over. Allison, look down. What would you like to do?
Alice is gonna down the rest of her water and then walk over.
Perfect.
Look down is legitimately just kind of following Alice like an animal would. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like that's the best way I can describe it. Like when a dog's like you know, just kind of following their owner around. That's basically look down right now.
Oh. Sadness.
Yeah, it's kind of awful. But you know, Alice is the only one doing
my friends.
Yeah, and Alice is the only one that's been doing anything for the homie.
He turned into a beast. Alice gotta do things for him.
Well, sorry, you ain't getting no restitution from Pivot.
Also, Pivot still has not been struck. Let's put it in the notes here. Pivot has still not been hit.
Some fucking hell.
Don't mind any of this. This is... Everything's fine. That's where you were to meet if you actually take the fight outside, so... let's see. Let me get the whole gang here.
I mean, look, Marth had some very nice gestures and words to say, but, you know, trying to say something meaningful to somebody that's a child fully grasp what's happening.
True.
Unfortunately.
And Kyaldra. All right. They walk up to the well here. And Kyalder actually let me make it dark again here. I don't know why it changed. Kyalder turns to the group and says,
He will try to keep this flame here for as long as possible. Once they come to investigate, we will have soldiers at the ready to deal with them. Best of luck.
and
He's dead.
oh fuck, Pippin! Pippin!
I don't feel so good, Mr. Marth.
Oh god.
Oh my god.
His soul just erodes after learning of the spell.
Pivid, you kind of watch as Yarm takes a deep breath in, puts both of his hands out, and then he clasps them together very quickly, and he ignites and sets himself on fire.
Give me that.
And yet again, puts his hands out, puts his hands together, an even bigger fire. He does it 2 more times, and he is burning like this big, gigantic flare off of his body. And then he points his hand to the well, and from the skies, a massive spire of fire goes right into the well. Deep down, all the way down, and he's just keeping it there with concentration.
Kaved is like full watching with like stars in his eyes, kind of bouncing on his feet.
Yeah, Yarm's kind of a badass.
Can I attempt a spell read or?
Oh,
is
sure,
it,
sure,
like,
go for it.
Not even. Okay, I'll go for it. Fuck it. That is a 20.
His
20.
is not even close. I'm sorry.
I understand. I understand.
Yeah, and everybody's just kind of like, Marth's like, oh my god, this is I'm assuming the person that you were talking about.
Yes, he's quite a valuable member of our society at the King's Coven. Well, I wish you the best of luck. Some parting words, perhaps. You, I don't know. Good luck.
Understandable.
I push him down the well.
Yeah, is that what you want?
No.
Okay.
I mean, I want to, but I'm afraid to get near the guy.
That's true.
Like, what the fuck?
And Marth kind of meets with the group and says, "All right, we best head off. He's gonna buy us some time here."
Right. To the forest.
To the forest, we got lions and tigers and bears. Oh my! And
Once we get far enough away,
yep,
from like the other 2 people, I'm assuming me and Alice are kind of in the back. I will actually just simply say to Alice, "Thank you."
Alice is just gonna pat him on the shoulder.
I don't flinch.
Aw.
I'm gonna note that Pivid's kind of hanging at the back of the group,
Okay.
very studiously staying on the side of the river and just keeping an eye on everyone.
Pivot, give me just like an observation.
Sure thing. That is 20.
You look over at the river, and as you do, you see not one glowing light, you see several glowing lights.
Jesus Christ.
And just give me a yeah, actually no, with the observation that you rolled, it seems like these are plants. That there were actually maybe it was something back when you first came through, maybe it wasn't. But these lights in particular, nope, they're all brightly blue.
kind of scans for the red light and then keeps an eye on everyone else.
Perfect. And let me copy these tokens here and load up our forest map. So we get...
We're back. Man, it is tweaking out on Discord.
Yeah, the last time it did this too, it was freaking the fuck out. There we go. You all walk into the forest, and surprisingly enough, once you reach the forest's edge here, when you enter into it, Pivot, look down. You don't hear any singing. It seems like very, very quiet, like unnaturally quiet, and it is pretty dark by now. Look down. Do you still have the clothes over your head?
Yes.
Shame. Okay.
I mean, I would say it is more like just like ramshackle. Like it's not, I'm not going out of my way to, like I don't have like a bandolier around my mouth. It's like I basically just pictured having it like over, covering over.
Mm-hmm.
So, but it's mostly I'm also just looking down. Like I'm not looking at my surroundings.
Perfect. You all...
As we kind of venture into a dark area, Vid will cast Birds of a Fell Light, but he's going to tune the light down to only shed in about a small, dim 10-foot radius.
Okay.
He's going to land one on Alice and Marth's shoulders and keep two on his own.
Perfect. And it lights up the night pretty well for all of you. And you can kind of see as you slowly walk forward a shadow amongst the trees over here. And Marth sees it first. He kind of like puts his arms, it comes to a halt and like puts his arm back to gesture that there's something there. And he says, "Come out. Whoever you are, whatever you are, come out slowly." And very slowly, a Herbetian slides down the edge here and looks at all of you. She has Pivot's rapier in her hand.
Oh, this bitch.
And a shield at her side. And that is where we're going to end tonight's episode. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it, each and every single one of you. A very fun episode this evening. Every single Friday, we have a brand new episode of Marth's Dungeon, so please make sure to pop in if you are enjoying the content itself. And you also can support us over on the Patreon, !Patreon in chats. That is the best way to support me as well as the artist Tori Kuno, who put in a gratuitous amount of work this week just to get all the tokens done. We were both like kind of slamming like to get through things and prep things, and luckily we had just enough time to do so. So really happy with how this episode came out, and I really appreciate each and every single one of you constantly coming in here, viewing the episodes, going over to the YouTube, even watching like the VOD forms if that's more digestible for you, which they're all up on YouTube in a playlist if you are ever interested to go back and watch them. But I wanted to thank each and every single one of you, all you wonderful little Dungeoneers, and I will see you next Friday.